Hello students, first of all, welcome to our YouTube channel of Sangli Shikshan Sanstha. Today we are going to learn 8th standard English poem 1.3 named as The Pilgrim. First of all, I will read the whole poem and afterwards I will explain it. A pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening cold and grey. To a chance deep and vast and wide, the old man crossed in the twilight dim. The chance held no fear for him, but he paused when he reached the other side, and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man said, a fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with the close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chance deep and wide. Why build a here at eventide? The pilgrim raised his old grey head. My friend, in the path I have come, he said. There followeth after me today a fair-haired youth who must pass this way. The chance which held no fears for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I am building the bridge for him. Now let us start our poem. So see the first stanza. A pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening cold and grey. To a chance deep and vast and wide, the old man crossed in the twilight dim. The chance held no fear for him, but he paused when he reached the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. So here in this first stanza, the meaning of chance is a deep ravine or valley, and the meaning of span the tide means the cross a water. So here in the first stanza, an old pilgrim is walking along a deserted highway on a cold and grey evening. He reaches a deep and wide ravine. The old man crosses the ravine in the dim twilight. He is experienced and not afraid of it. However, when he reaches the other side safely, he stops and builds a bridge across the ravine and the flowing water. Now the second stanza. Old man said, a fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with the close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chance deep and wide. Why building ye here at eventide? So now in this stanza, the meaning of follow it. The meaning of ye, Y-E-A. This is an old English word. This means you. So here in the second stanza, a fellow traveler asks him why he is wasting his time building the bridge, for his journey is over and he will never pass that way again. The fellow traveler is puzzled and asks again why the pilgrim who has already crossed the deep and wide ravine is building a bridge so late in the evening. Now the third stanza. The pilgrim raised his old grey head. My friend, in the path I have come, he said. There followeth after me today a fair-haired youth who must pass this way. The chance which held no fears for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I am building this bridge for him. So in this stanza, the meaning of followeth means follows. And the meaning of pitfall is a hidden or unsuspected danger or difficulty, means a trap. So in the third stanza, the the pilgrim raises his old grey head and explains his reasons. He says that there is a fair-haired youth behind him who has to take the same path that he has. The old pilgrim was experienced and was not afraid of crossing the ravine. However, the fair-haired youth is inexperienced and there may be traps ahead for him. He too would have to cross the ravine in the dim twilight, and the old man was building a bridge to help this youth. So, here in this poem, The Pilgrim, the three pilgrims are there. The first is the old pilgrim, who is old, experienced, and helpful. And in the second stanza, the fellow pilgrim is there, who is curious, puzzled, and thoughtless. And in the third stanza, the young pilgrim is there, who is young, frightened, and inexperienced. So, through this poem, the poet wants to convey the message that we must be generous and unselfish and think of others. We must try to help others who are not as experienced as we are. So, in this poem, so many figures of speech are also coming. So, what are they? So, first is tautology. So, the lines of tautology is here in this poem. To a chance deep and vast and wide. So, see here, in this line, the words vast and wide have a similar meaning. So, that's why this figure of speech called a tautology. Now, the second figure of speech is personification. The line of personification is a pilgrim going a lone highway. Here, the highway is given the human quality of being lonely. So, this is a personification. And now, the third figure of speech is interrogation. The line of interrogation is, why waste your time in building here? Here, in this line, a question is asked to express an idea. So, that's why this figure of speech is called interrogation. So, as all of you know that appreciation of a poem is also important part. So, that's why now I am explain about it. So, what is the appreciation of a poem here? Now, the first point of appreciation is poem and poet. So, the Pilgrim poem written by Anonymous. Now, the theme. Those who have faced the difficulties of life successfully and are experienced must be unselfish and help those who are inexperienced and may face difficulties. This is the theme of this poem. Now the tone. The tone is serious. Now the fourth point is structure and stanzas. Stanzas of unequal length. First stanza having 7 lines, second stanza having 6 lines, and the third stanza having 8 lines. Now the next point is rhyme and rhythm. First stanza rhyme scheme is AAB, CC, BB. Second stanza rhyme scheme is DD, AA, BB. And the third stanza rhyme scheme is EE, AA, FF, CC. Now the next point is language and imagery. The narrative is direct with some old language is used and there is a strong underlying message. The descriptions are vivid also. Now the figure of speech. inversion, tautology, personification, and interrogation. So, in this way, our poem is finished here. I hope that everyone understood this poem. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe it. Thank you.